process of importing the online lab waiver here inside of Canvas. From inside of any Canvas course, we can simply begin the process by traveling over and selecting the Commons button inside of our global navigation bar. This button here is going to take us to Canvas Commons, which is a shared library of resources across the entire Canvas network. If we search by Los Rios, we'll quickly be able to find the online lab waiver. The order in which all of these titles appear on your search may be a little bit different, but ultimately what we're after is the Sign the Lab waiver choice right here inside of our browser. If I click on it, we'll see a small preview, and this is a preview of the lab waiver itself. What we want is to be able to take this document and import it into an existing Canvas course. We do so by traveling way over here to the right-hand side of the interface where it says Import and Download. Once you click this item, it's going to show you a list of all the Canvas courses that you're currently a participant of. I'm going to find mine. Here's mine, way down here at the bottom. So it's important that you know the name of the Canvas course that you want this waiver to go into. Mine's simply called Pat's Playground. And if I scroll down to the bottom of this area, the last step is import into course. This is going to take a couple seconds depending on your internet connection, but once we return to this Canvas course, I think you're going to find this lab waiver sitting inside of that class. Let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to run back over into my dashboard real fast and find the Canvas course that I just imported my online lab waiver into. Here it is. It's called Pat's Playground. We can see if the import was successful by cruising over into the Quizzes tool. This is where our online lab waiver is going to exist. And here it is down at the bottom. The online lab waiver is technically a quiz. Well, technically it's an ungraded survey, but it uses the quiz architecture to produce 3 questions for our students. If we examine the contents of our online lab waiver and preview the quiz, we can easily see that this is a short quiz that really only includes 3 questions. At the conclusion of this quiz, we will have met the requirements of our students signing our online lab waiver. Now I'm going to exit out of preview mode and I'm going to show you how I'm going to include this lab waiver inside of my class. Because as a reminder, when you import the online lab waiver from Canvas Commons, it's automatically going to go into our quizzes section of our course nav bar. Now our quizzes section may not necessarily be a nice landing spot for this online lab waiver. For me personally, I use the module section inside of Canvas as a central hub of all of my Canvas content. Each one of my modules contains any number of different learning resources or items that I want my students to consume, so it makes it a really great landing spot for this online lab waiver. Now I have module 0, my course orientation module, already filled out, and I'm going to place this online lab waiver in the orientation. If you have an existing module already created, you simply can go to the title row of that module and find the little plus icon. From inside of here, of course, we're going to travel over into the quizzes area, and there it is, sign the lab waiver. I'm not going to indent my lab waiver, and when I hit add item, any new item that's placed inside of a module is going to automatically show up at the bottom of that module. So scrolling down to the bottom of the module will help me quickly find the lab waiver that I want my students to complete. Since this is an activity, a task that I want my students to do before the beginning of class, I'm simply going to reorganize the order of all the items inside of my module by left-clicking and dragging and placing this lab waiver where I would like it to be. So we start the process inside of Canvas Commons, and then we finish the process here inside of our Canvas course.